So we're gonna check out a video from the good brother Shisha Zed. Is I broke up with my girlfriend after this. So let's check this out.
Make you feel better.
She looked me dead in the eyes and called me a bitch. When I asked her what she called me just to make sure, she repeated it and looked me dead in my eyes and said, "You are a bitch. Drink the coffee."
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Man shares his experience and fight with his woman. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
We was arguing. And at some point in the argument, she looked me dead in my eyes. Bro, it took me a minute to process. No woman has ever called me that before.
Yeah.
Like no one that I was talking to or dating.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, I was taken back. I'm like, what you just say?
And that's different, because that's not, man, you did some shit, or, you know,
Right.
looking you in saying you're a,
That was very intentional.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, what you just say?
yeah.
She, you a
What?
bro. I've been in plenty of situations with, women I was dating that I pissed them off.
Yeah.
All right. If anybody could have called me that, it could have been my son's mom.
Yeah.
She never once.
Yeah.
Like it's a respect thing that all women have for me. I just feel like I don't even look like you can say that to me.
Yeah.
But she did. And I didn't, I ain't lash out, I ain't lose my temper.
Good.
Whatever.
Good.
I did lash out. Wait, I definitely turned up a little bit, but I ain't, it didn't get violent. And what I did after that is the most important thing.
You
I
left.
told her exactly how this was finna go, because we was actually out of town, like on vacation. This shit happened.
Yeah.
On vacation?
When we get back, this shit over with. No, I don't need to talk to you no more. I don't need to. Like I was.
On vacation is a crazy place to get into that type of a heated argument, because you could just leave, but if you're on the other side of the
So first of all, anybody call anybody a bitch, okay, some furniture's gonna be moving for the most part. But when your woman call you a bitch and y'all on vacation, there's really no coming back from that. Even if it's postpartum for her. I've seen the woman go through postpartum, and I understand what that's about. But wow, I'm glad bro is able, after that, I'm glad he's able to sit there and tell this story.
world is challenging. Let's keep listening.
Stern. She saw a different side of me, because I'm not an argumentative. I don't. So she finally saw that version of me, and then I laid it out like how shit was finna go. And right then and there, she got super apologetic, because it wasn't no big, it was, I'm done with you.
Yeah.
This over with. Regardless of what, as soon as this is it.
Yeah.
And normally that wasn't like our first trip. Normally when we get back, stay at her house or whatever, we on the way home, she's like, when we get back to the crib, like you staying with me, because it was late and I got a long drive. I'm like, no, I'm going home, and we get back to the crib. She takes I think she took my bag or something. She instantly walked into her house or whatever, so I had to follow her. So I went in, grabbed my stuff, and now she went into her room and like started to like get undressed or whatever.
Right.
She came back out. I'm fully dressed with my shit in my hand or whatever. She like, you gonna go? Why do you think I'm playing? Like that was a strong deal breaker for me.
Listen. It is very important that beforehand there is an understanding with any woman who you're pursuing a relationship with, that the name calling thing cursing each other out is a place where none of you go. And I'm not saying that there's couples out here who don't get into fights and curse each other out. We see them all the time. The question is, do you want that in your life? Do you want that type of disrespect happening to you? Because the truth is, for most women, they will treat you how you let them treat you. Chances are, even in this situation, as I'm listening.
Well, and even so, you know, women are going to test you. For me, again, we don't know her side, but still, there's no justification for anybody disrespecting anybody in that manner. But from his side of the story, because that's all we got, we don't have her side. She called him bitch twice and then was surprised that he didn't accept it and that he was done. Which tells me she was testing him. That's the worst way to test your man. I can actually see a woman testing a man, you know, just a little something here, and a little something there, something there. But to be like, you a bitch. What'd you say? You a bitch. Okay, it's a wrap. I'ma get the fuck away from you before something happens to where I only got 6 feet by 9 feet to move around.
Listening to my man talk here. She may not have called him a B before that, but she got close. A woman just doesn't wake up calling you a B out of nowhere. It starts with a little bit of disrespect. Then maybe she is cursing you out, you know? F you, you're an idiot. All that name calling.
No, that don't happen. No
cursing,
name calling.
attacking you instead of attacking the problem. It all just allows a little bit of more disrespect until you get full on disrespect.
First of all, no name calling is acceptable. You are two grown adults. You should be able to get through any problem or any issue without name calling. No name calling is acceptable.
And the fact that she was willing to look at him and repeat it in that moment showed that she truly meant how she viewed him. And disrespect is just one of those things that, as a man, hurts your ego, your pride, and is very difficult to recover from. Let's keep listening.
I'm out.
Yeah.
And I think the most important thing you can do if you do have a deal breaker is if somebody crosses that shit, you have to leave because of what you're indirectly saying if you don't.
Okay. Which is?
You tolerate disrespect. You don't have any boundaries.
Absolutely.
I can get away with this. This is cool.
True. Yeah.
I'm not saying you got to have no long list of shit. You ain't got to be a stickler, but you should have some things where you need to figure that out about yourself. Like what don't you want to tolerate?
Yeah. A boundary without a hard consequence is a suggestion. Like, I'm just suggesting that you don't call me.
Right.
But if you do, I'll stick around.
All right, that is that. Shout out to Roses Are Dead. I believe that's the name of that podcast. So the truth is, for most women you're going to deal with today, you're going to have to show them that you're the type of man who, if they cross your boundaries of disrespect, you have to show them that you're willing to walk away. And there are women out here who've never run into a man who has shown that type of discipline and self-control. Because in that moment, when a woman curses you out like that, what she wants is for you to start acting up. And I mean start cursing her out. And for you to get emotional and get tied up in the situation.
Not gonna happen.
Some men will start breaking down and crying. I can't believe you called me that. Now she's able to put you in that same category into somebody who can't control themselves, disrespect. Very rarely, especially the more attractive the woman is, does a woman run into a man who says, hey, I meant what I said, and you're not going to disrespect me again, and actually walks away. And some of these women who have done that in the past have ruined an opportunity to lock a man down for marriage and have showed that man a side of them that they maybe weren't aware of. There are also women who are married to a man because he stood by his principles and values. And she said, you know what? I disrespected him one time when I was younger and never again. He's the only man who showed me that he could walk away. You guys would be surprised just how little men are able to walk away when women violate them to this extent. In some cases, the disrespect is so bad that there's no chance. In other cases, they come back and they think, whoa, okay, I can never cross that boundary with this man. And that's in the case they, work things out. Listen, as always, we keep it real here on the Coffee Pod and add nuance to every discussion, no matter how much you do not like the coffee. Let's see what these comments have to say. This female commenter says, the fact I smiled at this, something might be wrong with me. I don't know. Probably. Here's another person that says, I need to hear her side of the story. Okay, is this what's going to happen here? Here's another woman who says, he definitely looks like someone can say that to him. Yo, they're disrespectful. Here's another response, and this guy says, and it looks like you eat too much. Damn. Yo, Franco. Somebody else here says she stood on business. So these chicks are over here applauding that behavior. Disrespectful. Somebody else here says, I just want to know what he did. Another chick here says, that means she lost complete respect for him. Trust me, once a woman gets to that point, there's no going back. This is very true. Here's another comment that says, her repeating it is crazy. Another chick here added, he will never forget that woman. Okay, maybe not. But why would you want your legacy to be one of toxicity? Why? Why do you want to leave that type of imprint on people? Granted, I understand, man, the dating market is a traumatic place where people have exes and they want to make sure they stick it to them. But to take pride in men looking back at you and being like, wow, that's the most disrespectful woman I've ever met in my life, and taking pride in that is crazy. There's nothing to be proud of about being so toxic that you run into men and disrespecting at this level. Somebody else who says, y'all asking what he do. If what he did was so bad, why would she want him back once he set his boundary? You know why sometimes women will cry and beg for you to come back, especially when you play it cool? It's because they want to find a reason to be upset at you. Let me explain it this way. If she doesn't cry for him back, now she has to sit there and think, wow, I effed up. I acted out of character. This is my fault. And he's actually gone. Here I am by myself. What did I do? Is there something wrong with me? No matter how much they try to act, it eats them alive. But if they cry, it's, wow, you couldn't forgive me. You couldn't just let it go.
No.
Wow, but you did this and I forgave you. That's her way of flipping the script. Here's somebody else who says, LOL, these comments are crazy. And it also could be that on top of all that, she's thinking to herself, hold on, did I just mess up an opportunity to actually be with this guy? And might have realized that that's exactly what she did.
So I'll just reiterate, no level of disrespect is acceptable. From her, from you, whatever the case may be. And this level of disrespect just takes it way up there. Let's think about if the tables were turned. If he called her that name, especially a black woman, you call a black woman a bitch, she ready to square up with you. She ready to throw them hands with you. So, bottom line, no disrespect is tolerated at all from your side or her side.